What's up, guys? Well, I did this video like a month ago, over a month ago, I'm guessing. This is Lieutenant Mark Furman in Melvindale, and some new information has come to light, so I thought we'd catch you up on this one. I'm not going to play this whole video. I'm going to play the last few minutes of it, and then we'll get caught up on what's up with Lieutenant Furman.
Matthew Furman has been at the center of multiple...
Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. Whomever that was. So here we are, August the 8th.
But we begin this afternoon with a Melvindale police lieutenant accused of being on the wrong side of the law. Thank you for joining us for 7 News Detroit at 5. I'm Glenda Lewis. Lieutenant Matthew Furman has been at the center of multiple reports by the 7 investigators. And it was this year revealing allegations of excessive force and assault that got the attention of prosecutors. Today, Furman...
Also, I'd like to note 90% of people that watch his videos are not subscribed to the channel. Click the button and we'll move along.
...was arraigned before a judge, accused of multiple felonies that could send him to prison. 7 investigator Ross Jones has more from inside the courtroom.
Before 24th District Judge Richard Page today, Melvindale Police Lieutenant Matthew Furman was arraigned via Zoom.
Via Zoom. They're all via Zoom. Didn't even have to show up for court.
1 day after being charged with 5 felonies and 3 misdemeanors. The charges stem from 2 alleged assaults involving Furman's use of a taser from last year on 2 different traffic stops that turned violent. Enemy taser!
I'm sorry, but this has got to go to prison. There are 2 children in the car. He does not care, psychopath.
He was also charged over a separate incident from 2021 where Furman was seen repeatedly stomping on a man who had just led police on a high-speed pursuit.
I thought he was just going to get away with another slap on the wrist. If that.
Today in court, Furman appeared only briefly on camera as his attorney said he is eager to defend the charges.
These violations that have been charged were looked over after media reports, so then they went through all of his files and came up with 3 things to charge him, which he was no danger 2 or 3 years ago after the incident.
Meanwhile, the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office asked that Furman wear a tether while the case is pending and that he not be allowed to possess any weapons either.
Now, I'm guessing the tether they're talking about is an electronic monitoring device, a GPS, something of that sort. And yes, he should have no firearms.
The judge agreed and gave Furman a $50,000 personal bond.
Personal bond, meaning the taxpayers are not going to have to foot the bill for that bond, allegedly.
This morning, we learned Furman has been placed on administrative leave without pay by the Melvindale Police Department, and his license as a law enforcement officer is now suspended.
Suspended. They need to burn that license.
It is all no doubt welcome news to Furman's accusers, who say while he is the only one charged today, they believe he was empowered by others.
I don't just blame him for what happened, because I don't know what's in his heart that made him do what he did. Everybody plays a part, not just him. The department, the head chief, the mayor.
He's been doing this for years and nobody ever did nothing about it.
Of course they didn't. That's the transparency. They say, we got body cams for transparency. Millions and millions and millions, I would argue billions of dollars between the body cameras, the storage alone, and law enforcement's not going to put that out there for you to see. The news brought this to light.
Well, Judge Richard Page said today he would disqualify himself from presiding over this case because Lieutenant Furman, he said, has worked in the community for many years and no doubt has appeared frequently
Yeah, we see how he works.
in the 24th District Court. That means the case will have to be reassigned to another court, Glenda, before it can proceed. So a little delay there, but that judge says he's too close to it.
Some of that video is so hard to watch.
It is.
Children screaming.
Absolutely, that sticks with you for sure.
All right, thanks a lot, Ross.
Thanks, Ross. So, let's see if we can figure out why you can't get rid of Mr. Furman. Less than 24 hours ago.
He was a police chief who tried to fire a controversial cop years before. He was at the center of stories by the 7 investigators. So why did he lose his job instead?
Tonight, that former chief is breaking his silence, telling 7 investigator Ross Jones why he believes city leaders ignored his warnings about an officer now accused of breaking the law.
Some people should be cops and some people should not. And clearly his behavior over the course of the last 9-10 years hasn't gotten better. It's escalated.
Melvindale Police Lieutenant Matthew Furman is off the street today, suspended without pay after being charged over 3 alleged assaults from the last 4 years. They all could have been avoided, according to this former Melvindale police chief, who said he tried to take Furman's badge nearly a decade ago and lost his instead.
Right is right and wrong is wrong.
Chad Hayes chose to break his silence after hearing recent comments from Melvindale's city attorney, Larry Coogan, decrying the actions of Furman and others.
When you look at these videos of the conduct that took place by some of these officers, it's reprehensible.
He's upset because the body cam reveals all these actions, and people are seeing all these actions. He didn't care about the exact same actions 9 years ago that weren't on body cam.
To understand how we got here, you need to go back to 2016. That's when Chad Hayes was Melvindale's police chief and Matthew Furman was a corporal, towing lots of vehicles and racking up plenty of citizen complaints.
Towing vehicles. He's making a crap ton of money for the city.
I couldn't go into the number of complaints that he generated from traffic stops. Dozens and dozens of complaints.
In 2016, Furman would be accused of assault twice. In June, he would detain a robbery suspect who said Furman slammed his head into the police car while he was handcuffed. A lieutenant reported he witnessed this and told the man he would not sweep that incident under the rug. Another officer there said under oath that Furman went way over the line and split the man's head open. Furman claimed the man injured himself. The following
They always do.
month, Furman would be accused of using excessive force when he tackled a man to the ground that a fellow officer said had been completely cooperative.
And then he told him he made him do it.
Veteran officers and newer officers in both occasions come forward and like, this is wrong. Those actions were wrong.
They come forward when? Because on video you see 0 of them stopping it.
Chief Hayes would notify city leadership, including Larry Coogan, that he was suspending Corporal Furman without pay, saying he wanted to terminate him or have him appear before a trial board.
5 days after I formally requested to terminate him, they suspended me pending termination.
At a hearing, the city would accuse Hayes of a litany of misconduct, including violating the city's social media policy, using profanity to describe other city officials, providing false statements to the Public Safety Committee, and improperly issuing discipline on Matthew Furman. Hayes denied it all.
Why did they want to keep Furman so badly, in your view?
He makes them tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, every year, in the tow fees.
Ding, 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 ding. The city, he makes his, he brings in so much money for the city that when he takes a week or 2 vacation time, their money drops like, 65%. Just a week or 2 he's on vacation. They are not about to get rid of him. And don't think they're trying to collect all that money to do anything for you pesky citizens. They're not. They're collecting that money so they can get more police, more uniforms, more cars, more GPS, more fucking cameras to catch your damn license plates instead of cops actually out there doing their job. More raises for them. Drive through your town and look at how the parks look. See when the last time the grass was cut near the highway. Look at everything that's overgrown. The parking lots. They want to do none of that for you. They want that money for themselves.
They were making a ton of money by him towing cars.
According to court records, Furman was responsible for nearly 80% of the tows in the entire department. In fact, when Furman was off on vacation, the city saw towing revenues plummet. At a public meeting, City Attorney Larry Coogan took note. The reduction in tows means a reduction in revenue for the city, he said, according to a transcript. We're still in a deficit elimination plan, and that concerns me. I mean, I don't think anybody wants the state of Michigan coming in. So after the city's top revenue generator was suspended and faced possible termination, Hayes said the city fired him and kept Furman.
How do you respond to being
Of course they did. Fire the person that's bringing this shit to light, because we need money to keep coming in.
terminated tonight?
It's been an honor to serve the citizens of Melvindale, and I look forward to my future.
He gave proper discipline that maybe, just maybe, would have stopped what we've now recently seen had somebody actually cared about the truth.
In the years that would follow, Furman would face more assault allegations. Charged in 2019 when a man claimed he threw him down a flight of stairs. Furman denied it and pled no contest to neglect of duty. He'd be charged over this 2021 stomping of a man who led police on a high-speed chase, and over 2 separate tasings 3 years later, one of a mother outside her daughter's school, and another of a man who drove with a suspended license. Furman has denied any wrongdoing. Larry Coogan would not agree to an interview for this story, so we caught up with him at a
That's because Larry Coogan wants no money to keep coming in. Larry Coogan wants a raise.
recent city council meeting.
Why in 2016, when the city tried to fire him the first time, wasn't Matthew Furman fired?
You'd have to ask the former chief and the subsequent chief since.
Always pass the buck, pass the buck.
In the city attorney.
And I'm going to give you the same answer. I'm not going to change it. You'd have to ask the city chief of police.
Coogan says keeping Furman had nothing to do with generating revenue, and he said firing Chief Hayes was the city council's idea, not his. Nicole Barnes was city council president back then and wanted Furman to keep his job.
Are you getting a feeling on why you can't get rid of these damn people? And why you can't get anything done? Leave it to government.
Now Nicole Shkira, she is the city's mayor.
As somebody who tried to make sure Matthew Furman kept his job in 2016, were you wrong to do that?
I can't really say yes or no to that.
She declined to answer most of our questions about Furman.
I don't really have a comment to that either right now.
Citing
She don't have a comment because she's got to live in the same town he's patrolling. Don't forget.
the pending charges against him.
I make a plea to the citizens. You guys need to keep an eye on what is going on and what is happening with your taxpayer dollars. Ms. Barnes, who is currently the mayor, was directly involved in everything that happened to Chad Hayes. Everything. And everything that happened with Matthew Furman. People, wake up.
Melvindale's mayor wouldn't say if she regrets passing up the chance to fire Furman almost a decade ago, but today, City Attorney Larry Coogan admits he'd like a do-over.
In retrospect and looking back, it would have been nice. It would have avoided a lot of litigation. Absolutely.
Seems like I was right. It makes you wonder why they didn't care 9 years ago when their police officers in their own city came forward.
Matthew Furman declined to be interviewed, but through his attorney, released a lengthy statement telling a very different story from the one you just heard. He said Furman's tows were always within the law, and that he was encouraged to tow vehicles by Chad Hayes. He claimed Hayes retaliated against Furman because the chief favored a different towing company, which Hayes denies. He also said the claims of assault made against Furman in 2016 were false because they never led to criminal charges or punishment. Finally, he says attorney Larry Coogan told Furman in 2016 that he never should have been suspended by Hayes in the first place, and that he has a recording of Coogan saying Furman was being singled out and attacked. For his part, Larry Coogan said Chief Hayes faced termination not for disciplining Matthew Furman, but because he did so without formally serving him with internal charges.
Oh, it's going to be one thing after another. It's total bullshit. They got rid of him because he brought shit to light and wanted to get rid of the damn crooked-ass cop. They didn't want to get rid of the cop because the cop was bringing in a lot of money for him.
Hayes disputes that. You can read Furman's complete statement on our website right now at WXYZ.com. I'm Ross Jones, 7 News, Detroit.
Thank you, Ross. So, yeah. This, I'm guessing, they said they're working on termination. Finding that hard to believe. Here's what the... Let's see what the news says. Anything about it? Furman, decade ago, da-da-da. No, not talking anything about termination. Anyway, that's where we're at with this one. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Also, again, like, I don't know, 90% of people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. Click the button and we'll move along. Let me know what you think about this one, and I'm out.